Hey!
Oh, good.
Can you hear us?
She lives.
Oh, Discord apparently forgot that I actually wanted to, communicate.
That's
Overrated.
Hashtag Adriel lives.
All right, that's fun. We're glad you're back.
Yay.
All right, so yeah, you guys are off in a side room with you've just terrified a goblin and interrogated him. You have a deactivated iron golem in the room with you, and yeah. What do?
Is there any way to derive the commands for a magic item?
It'd probably be like identify.
I try to make friends with the golem.
You try to make friends with the golem.
We're both made of metal. It's a good.
How are you
common starting point?
Making friends with this golem? Describe to me what you do to make friends with the unmoving iron golem.
I lean up against his knee and try making small talk. So, how's the weather down here?
The iron golem does not respond.
It's okay. He's just the silent type.
Sure.
I mean, you're not wrong.
Oh, darling, you never seem to disprove my belief that you're adorable.
It worked on the Manticore. That's all I'm saying. Or not Manticore, Chimera. I always forget what that stupid thing was.
It was a chimera.
Well, at least we know that the flask hasn't been brought here yet. Or at least this particular goblin hasn't heard anything. But you'd think it would be very big talk if so. So there's still time. The question is, how do we mess this up?
I'm gonna point at the iron golem and shrug.
You're gonna what the iron golem? Sorry?
I'm going to point at the iron golem and shrug.
Yeah, I don't know if Fred's gonna help.
I feel like any winning plan should include Fred, and we should do everything we can to get Fred helping us out.
I mean, I'm trying my best here, but he's kind of lazy.
Yes, perhaps a different tack.
I'm sorry, I don't think I can turn him on that way, darling.
Are you sure his name isn't Levi?
Not with that attitude.
He
Oh, is that a
definitely feels more like
challenge?
a Fred.
Yes, I
see,
heard
'cause
a challenge.
I think we would all be very impressed if you could turn the golem on.
Oh, I'm sure you would. But considering this one probably needs a command word, I don't think that is heal boy.
Well, what would normal command words be in Giant?
Give a glance toward Harsnog.
Activate, ambulate.
Harshnag shrugs. He shouts some words at it in Giant, but go! Do! Move!
Engage!
Engage!
Julie!
Do the thing! It is not working. I do not know how to activate Golem.
Well, if we can't activate it, our best bet may be to destroy it so it doesn't activate against us.
I think if we're in a situation where Fred has been activated against us because we're fighting all the giants, I don't think a single goblin's going to make that big of a difference.
Thanks, just give us a shrug.
Agreed. If we go face to face with them, we lose.
Is there a way we could prevent it from activating at least? Because, it's just one less thing to worry about.
Make an Arcana check, I guess.
Like weld metal over its ear holes.
Okay, so the two of you both know that normally golems are created by binding some variety of elementals to something. You can try and break the binding that keeps the elemental there, but that's difficult.
And considering the fact that we don't want to break out an element, or I guess primordial in this case, that elementals might be of the same problem.
Well, I'm sure it's pissed off if it's in there, because that's one of the recurring problems with golems. If you lose control, they're generally very angry. But if we're the ones who let it go, it might be okay. It might be happy to see us. Or not. I don't know. It could be just too pissed to care.
I feel like Fred's inner self would be more mad at the Giants than us.
I'm just wondering if it's going to be too mad to tell the difference.
Unclear at this time.
Are there any runes or anything on it that, if we scratched it out, that might do it?
None that are immediately visible. There is actually an ingot of rune-carved metal stuck in its forehead, but it doesn't look like that's super, that's part of the original construction. You could start trying to pray.
Can we read the runes?
It looks giant-ish, but nobody speaks giant or reads it.
Harshnag does.
Ah, yes, Harshnag does. All right.
I can read whatever Zephyros taught us.
Is Skuldrun? Is rune magic?
But not part of the original magic of it. Do you know what it would do?
Give me a second. I'm looking that up right now. Ooh. Okay, this is actually pretty cool. So Scold is giant for shield, and basically it gives you a bunch of lovely. It requires attunement, but it gives you a bunch of lovely defensive properties. So it gives you a flat +1 to AC. It lets you reduce damage for other people and take it yourself. And you can transfer the magic to other items for various effects.
Can we remove this from the golem?
You can indeed.
Can we put it in Ox's forehead?
I mean,
I want.
make an unarmed strike against Ox.
Wait, what?
Just a joke, darling, but I think it would look pretty on you.
Yeah, pretty.
I mean, yeah, you can try and take apart the golem. That may. It may. There may be exciting and unforeseen consequences to doing so, however.
They're totally foreseen.
Yeah, there is a procedure, but I mean, none of you guys are exactly knowledgeable about creating golems.
I know about Warforged. They can't be that different.
I mean, if you want to try, go ahead.
Yeah, alright.
If we cause
I
a
feel
fuss,
like
we
this is
immediately
the
get
sort of
out.
thing-
Harshnog's still a fire giant right now. We blame it on the goblins.
Does anyone know what kind of magic golems are actually subject to? Remember, there was like one kind that actually did bad things to them.
Rust?
There are many things that iron golems in particular are resistant to.
Yeah, he was asking about things in particular that they are not resistant to.
Yeah, that's a much shorter list. That's what I was looking for.
Um,
As far as I know, we shouldn't bother with fire and we really shouldn't use electricity.
roll another Arcana check to see how much you know about what golems are resistant to. Okay, so iron
Apparently, I've
golems.
read about these.
Yeah, so iron golems absorb fire. They aren't just immune to it; they absorb it. They are immune to any spell or effect that would alter its form. They're immune to non-magical, non-adamantine weapons, and they're immune to psychic damage, as well as a couple other things that you're not sure about. You have a feeling that they're tougher than you would expect to hit with magic, but
Should we lose you?
sorry.
Sorry, you showed off. You said, but
Oh, no, that's all you remember.
alright. What am I rolling to pry this thing out?
You want to? Oh boy.
Not pry it out. Delicately remove
Delicately remove what?
the shield runestone thing.
Oh, that you can remove without a problem.
Oh,
That's
okay.
not part of the actual golem. It can be removed without trouble. I should warn you, it does require attunement. But whoever wants it, I will send you the full list of its effects post short rest.
Okay.
Who does want it?
I would like if nobody else is going to use it, so I can maybe stay up in a fight.
I mean, similar case, but I'm willing to cede it to other people.
So it allows you to take damage for other people and gives like generic AC and save bonuses. If I remember, you said.
I thought it was just an AC
Yeah.
bonus, not a save bonus.
So it gives +1 to AC. As a bonus action, you can choose a creature within 30 feet of you other than yourself, and until the end of your next turn, any damage that the target takes is reduced to 1, but you take half of the damage prevented. And that's once per rest. And then you can transfer it to a non-magical shield or two-handed melee weapon. And if you transfer it to a shield, the shield gives you a +1 bonus and keeps you up the first time you're reduced to 0. And the weapon would give you a +1 bonus to AC.
I am all over that.
Does it lose the bonus action ability if you transfer it? Or does it keep that?
You pick a creature, and then was it the next time it takes damage, or until the effect ends? When it
Until
takes
the end,
damage?
until the end of your next turn.
Right. I was saying if you transfer it to a weapon or a shield, does it keep that ability? Or does it lose it for the shield's ability?
It looks like it loses it.
All right. Yeah, Adriel can have it.
All right. Adriel, you are now the proud bearer of a ingot of the Scold rune. Which actually, come to think of it, there's probably a handout for it in this somewhere, if I can find it. There we go. All right. Do you want to do anything else to poor Fred?
I mean, if we could find a way to turn it on, I'd want to do that. If we can, if there is somewhere within reach where we don't have to pull the whole thing apart, and I'm trying to minimize our exposure to expected and unexpected events found by opening the golem. But I would like to disconnect the limbs if possible.
Okay. Do any of you know Identify? I've been looking through your spell lists, and I don't
I do
think
not.
you do.
Nope.
Yeah, that would probably at least get us the word.
Yeah, it's really unfortunate that we don't have anyone with that.
Yeah, that really is, actually.
But if anything,
Okay.
leaving this here might just be, hopefully, it won't come out for us, and it will have less problems. We won't have less. Well, we'll have less problems with it without the ingot on it, if it even comes alive at all.
If we walk out of here without activating it, it's going to get turned on against us. This I predict. It may or may not matter because we're not prepared to fight our way through an entire fort full of fire giants, but it'll happen. And the thing is that we could really, really use an iron golem on our side.
That would be amazing, but I don't think we're gonna get it on our side. Because we don't
Unless
know
we
the
find
word.
like a notebook with the command word in it.
That would be the only way at this point.
Which is probably not going to be in this. Well,
You find
like a
no
war zone?
convenient. This is actually a war room, but you find no conveniently placed notebooks revealing the command word.
right.
Yeah, I think the spell would be the only way we would get that.
I don't suppose praying for the ability to identify things is a thing that has any chance of success.
Sorry?
Praying for identify.
You want to pray for an identify
Well,
spell.
not me particularly.
The one with the
I
god
really
that can
did-
be prayed to.
Yeah, I don't think I really have much of a chance praying to nature for identify. I really just don't think that's how nature works.
I mean,
Have you ever tried it?
you can always try. It might not work, but you can try.
Is anybody in this party actually really set up to pray to somebody?
Adriel's a paladin.
Yeah,
No, that's true.
could. I have to admit that this character has not had a lot of success with that in the past. Isn't Arshnog a cleric?
Arjunok is not a cleric.
Oh, I thought it was a cleric.
No. Harshnag isn't super religious in general.
Well, he was at a statue looking like he was in prayer, kind of, when we found him.
Yeah, he was.
Well, one could get that idea by seeing that.
Yeah.
That's
I
not
concur.
ominous sounding.
Not everything is a foreboding sign of things to come.
Just most things.
The thing is that if you sound happy about it, it's probably a foreboding sign of things to come.
That is, I resent that. Not everything I'm happy about is foreboding for you guys.
Just most.
Not everything.
Anyhow, what do you want to do to Fred?
Well, I already told you what I want to do to Fred. I want to find the linkages that control his arms and legs and disconnect them.
All right. You want to try and disconnect the golem.
I would just like to say, as a backup plan ahead of time, if this goes south, we get out of here, we're still behind Harshnog's major image, and we run out and
yes, that's
basically
probably
say
gonna
we
blow up
blame
in
it
my
on
face.
goblins. We blame it on the goblins and get out of there.
All right. Before you try and do this, roll Arcana, just to see like what knowledge you have of this, of golems.
When I say that I want to do this, I want to do this to the intervention of someone who has some clue about what they're doing.
Okay. I think the highest roll had so far is a 15 or a 16 for knowledge regarding golems.
Yeah, so if I don't have any skill in Arcana, that's intelligence.
Yep.
Yep. Hey! You don't know much about golems. But you don't know much about golems.
I mean, I'd be surprised if a druid did.
Yeah, they're kind of abominations.
Especially iron.
Hey, I resent that remark.
You're not a golem.
I still resent that remark.
Fair.
Slightly resemble that remark.
You can get help from other people who do know things about golems, but
You would have a 16.
yeah.
I was gonna say I got my 14 and 16 on my first two rolls. So apparently I read a book about them once
Yeah.
or something.
So you know a few things about golems.
You go ahead.
So yeah, you can try. You think you you have like a basic understanding of the stuff that binds golems together. Not enough to replicate it yourself, but probably enough to fuck it up.
That's all I really wanted.
All right.
All right.
You
I
can.
will attempt to make it not work effectively.
Okay.
Hold on to your butts.
What manner of tool proficiencies do you have?
Disguise kit and percussion instruments.
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and say that
Um,
neither of those is relevant to dismantling a golem.
Clearly, we
Yeah,
don't
that's
know
fair.
enough drummers.
Does Richard know
I mean-
anything?
Have you never heard of percussive maintenance?
Nice.
You're not trying to maintain this, though. You're trying to do the
That's okay. Percussive maintenance doesn't do that.
I mean, it can. It can. Depends on how hard you hit things.
I mean, somewhere
Also,
there's
to be
gotta
fair,
be...
if we hit this very hard, we're going to cause a disruption and bring people in here anyway. And then we have to deal with
It's powered
them.
by a bound elemental, and that's a binding spell, and binding spells all kind of look alike, right? So I'm gonna look at
Sure.
the of that, and I don't want to like break the binding. I want to weaken it. So when someone tries to use it, it breaks. That's my goal.
So you're hoping
Okay.
it blows up in their face when they try to turn it on? That's fantastic.
Basically,
That is
sugar in the gas tank.
Actually, here's a question. Just how old does this thing, like, is it covered in dust? Does it look like it hasn't been used in, like, forever?
It looks pretty old.
This thing may be broken already.
There's no dust on it, but it looks pretty old.
But, like, does the parts that look like it might be slightly, like, scuffed or damaged or, like, rusty, do they look old? Does it have any markings that look like it's been used fairly recently?
Roll investigation.
Can't help you there, guys.
You have no clue. I mean, it looks old, but oh,
Like, I don't know. It might just be broken already. Who knows?
It was like that when we got here.
yeah. Still, it also looks old to you.
They may have even,
It
like,
is-
stolen this thing and they don't know how to use it. Who knows? Or it's
You
just
want
like a
me to
trophy.
roll- Do you want me to roll something to attempt to dismantle it, or what?
Depends how you want to dismantle it. You don't have any tool proficiencies for this. You've got, I mean, as much knowledge as you're going to get on the general theory of it. So, you wanted to go in and look around and see if you could kind of weaken the binding a bit. So, give me. I don't suppose you have sleight of hand or something, do you?
No, let's see what. I mean, to be perfectly honest, I don't think I have any relevant proficiencies.
Okay.
It really just comes down to what. So it's going to be an ability check.
Yeah, no, it'll be a dex check. Unless you really want to try and just bash off one of his arms.
Nah, this is.
Does anyone have sleight of hand?
I think Rich does.
Yes, sir.
So yeah, oh boy. Alright, roll percentile dice.
Ugh.
Alright, let me pull up the table real quick.
This was a bad idea.
I'll save you the suspense. You did not, in fact, inadvertently activate it.
Well, that's nice. How much damage is Atrial taking?
Where the fuck did my wild magic table go?
Oh, God damn it.
Roll a d10,000 for me.
Jesus.
Wow. Stand back. Standing back away from Atrial.
That's a lot of damage.
That's not your damage. That's your entry on the wild magic table I'm using.
I know.
6953. All right. So you notice a couple of fun things. This is a good laugh. You notice a couple of fun things. Firstly, the inside of this giant is not all earth elementally looking as you would expect. It has a lot of fire in it.
Okay.
It looks like they've
Of
bound
course it's a fire elemental.
It looks like they've bound a fire elemental to this golem.
I really shouldn't be surprised by that, but
Yeah. So the wild magic surge gives you there's a explosion of weird magic. Some of it is fire, so you take you get a little bit burned. But on the plus side, your boots are restored to better than new condition. So you have yes, your boots. You have the shiniest fucking boots of anybody in this party right now.
That's impressive, considering.
Well, I'm certainly impressed.
Right. Well, that happened.
Yes.
That fire elemental is certainly a fashion expert.
So let's hope that worked and not, mess around with this anymore.
Fair.
You sure? I mean, you could go for the full shiny set of clothes.
I can do that anyway. I don't need a golem to make that happen. Okay. So this was a bit of a dead end.
Well, you at least got something shiny out of it. Well, two things, actually.
Yeah. I mean, you got a very rare magic item out of this, so.
It is pretty sweet.
Now the question is, where do we go from here where we can either mess up the forge or get the flask? If they haven't arrived yet, we may just be best getting out of here and camping out in the front looking for anyone who may be bringing them stuff.
Assuming they come above ground.
This is fair.
I mean, there's already an army camped out front.
And if we had any way of communicating with them swiftly, that would be lovely.
We have animal messenger.
This is true. Well, if we want to at least let them know what we know, that wouldn't hurt, I suppose.
Yeah, because if they know that the thing isn't here yet, they might have a chance to catch it on the way in.
As long as we remind them not to break it, because that would end up being worrisome.
Messy, but I have to say, I would rather them break it than let it through.
Don't you remember
Is
what
there-
we were heard about the primordial destroying shit?
Well, it's that or the fire giants building a machine that can destroy shit, so.
One takes a bit
Or do you all
longer than
just
the
go
other.
away?
One would be an immediate reaction, the other would be slightly longer.
Yes, as I recall, it was described as incredibly destructive.
The Volanoid was.
Both
Also,
of them
yes, but the primordial was described as the sort of thing that would end a civilization overnight.
So was the Volanoid.
Yes, but one will still need a bit more time to be created. The other would just appear and destroy everything overnight. Plus, it sounds like he's just making a cheap copy, since he doesn't have all the pieces of the original.
I think you mean a
Not
new
in
and
any way
upgraded
comforting.
version.
And not for nothing, even if it's a cheap copy, that's not in any way comforting, because that means he's going to get it halfway where he wants to go and it gets out anyway.
Well, I'm certainly not saying it's comforting, darling. I'm just saying that one thing appears and destroys everything immediately, the other might give us a few days' worth of time to figure out another plan. And I do enjoy having a few more days.
We should let them complete it and then pilot it ourselves. That's what we should do.
So we would each pilot a part of the giant
I'll
mecha?
form the head.
Well, sure. I mean, obviously, we're too small to pilot it by ourselves. One person will have to control an arm, one person a foot, and so on.
I've heard stories
dibs
about
on head.
that. I've heard stories about a group piloting some big thing that fought a Tarask. It was amazing.
The group of paladins, I remember that story.
Pretty sure it was a group of monks, but that's okay.
Were they in a giant Voltron at the time?
Right, so I don't think we're going to get anything else out of this room, so we should probably get back under the illusion and try and find another room that might be helpful.
Yes, because I think it's either this or we face him directly.
This isn't the worst idea we've ever had, but it's definitely not the best one.
Oh, I have ideas about this, but if it would only work if it worked.
You just want more wild magic table rules?
No, I'm actually really happy with how Zalto turned out. I'm not going to say anything more than that.
Did you make him?
As written, Zalto was kind of lacking.
Oh, we are totally fucked.
All right. So, as before, you have door across the hall that leads into two different rooms. There is another door to the south of you guys, or another tunnel to the south of you guys. There's the hallway and room that you guys already came through as well.
Well, south would be towards the area where they're building the thing, right?
Correct.
So if we want to find a way to locate the forge or see where they're storing, I imagine when the primordial gets here, they're going to want to keep it as close to there as possible.
Likely under heavy guard.
Yeah, but it's probably not under heavy guard now, that location. Because, empty vault.
So you want to go south.
That's my suggestion.
That isn't as if we can stay here.
All right. Well then, you guys can head south past goblins who are currently cleaning. It eventually ends you up in a room with what looks like an elevator shaft. There's a bunch of iron pillars that are supporting a ring-shaped gantry. So, you can still hear the giants, or not the giants, the goblins to the north of you guys, and you can hear some humming and muttering from the hall to the west of you guys, which, for those of you keeping track, is indeed the Forge Hall.
Okay. Looks like the Duke's still out there doing his thing.
Sure sounds like it.
That's a wall there, huh? So does this elevator look like the elevator's already down here, or that it's up above?
Currently it's down where you guys are.
Do
So
we
it
know
looks
how
like
it can
there's-
be used?
There's a couple of runes on the walls near it. So like up in this corner, one above the other.
Well, that's easy.
Yeah. So it looks like this elevator goes both up and down.
Oh, so there seems to, oh, so there's more below us. We haven't gone down as far as we thought. So let's see what's further below, shall we?
Sounds good.
Yes.
All right. So you push the button. The elevator slowly clanks its way down the elevator shaft. Eventually, probably call it 300 feet downwards, it comes to a stop. You're in a dark tunnel that's faintly lit by some luminescent fungus on the walls.
Alright, so what's down here?
There is a faint light, maybe 150 feet down the tunnel from you guys.
Are we supposed to be seeing anything different right now?
No. No.
Okay, so it's just the one tunnel with a faint light all the way at the edge of a room.
Okay. You follow the tunnel to the end. Eventually, you come out into. How best to describe it? Eventually, you come out into an enormous underground, what looks kind of like a nexus of tunnels. There's a lot more bioluminescent fungi down here. There are several tunnels branching outwards from the room that you found yourselves in. It's quiet down here. You can hear skittering noises coming from a couple of the tunnels, but they all seem to slope downward, and you can't tell exactly what it is or who is down there.
Are we in the Underdark?
It would appear that you have found an entrance to there.
And doesn't Gauntlgrim have an entrance to the underground and the Underdark as well?
It is a dwarven kingdom. It would not be an unreasonable assumption.
I think we
Even
may
if
have found
you-
our drop-off
Even
point.
if you didn't already know it did.
I just thought we learned
They
that
want to
already
get in
from
here-
dwarves.
Sorry?
So I was gonna say, if they wanted to get it in here without surface people noticing, this would be the way to do it.
Well, then I think we found our stakeout point, don't we?
I suspect we'll be noticed if we simply stay here.
Yeah, I'm not 100% convinced staying here is a good idea.
Of course, we could pass through it.
There are 5 tunnels, not counting the one that you just came through off this room.
I say we check out tunnel number 1 real quick.
Yeah,
Just
the
sort of
closest
look
one.
down to see if there's anything interesting in that direction.
All right. So the closest tunnel to you guys, again, like all of them, it's heading downward. You don't see anything overtly sinister down it. You think you can see a myconid down the tunnel a little ways, but they don't seem to notice you. They're just kind of tending to some of the fungus.
Here's a question, Adriel. Any thoughts on locate object on that flask?
Ooh, that's an idea. Let me check the spell 1 second.
I don't know if flask containing a ancient primordial might be descriptive enough.
If it's an adamantine vessel, that's probably a really good idea.
So they're actually using. There's a lovely legendary magic item called an iron flask, and that is what they are using to transport it.
We would have heard that. Yeah, we would have heard that from.
Oh yeah, they totally would have
Yeah,
told
yeah.
you that.
So there we
But
go.
That's the only thing that can really hold a fucking primordial. So yes, you may attempt to locate object on the iron flask or on a iron flask.
At the very least, it may point us towards a particular tunnel.
You do not sense anything with locate object currently.
Yeah, it would have to be within 1,000 feet.
Well, it was worth a shot. That just means we have a little time, at least, for that. I hope.
I hope so too.
Okay, so can we perhaps duck into one of the side tunnels and wait near here, but not perhaps in direct line of sight, and people working on the new voided dot?
Yes, let's just pick one that doesn't sound like there's voices and skittering coming from it.
Yeah.
All right, roll perception real quick. Okay, yeah, you can easily find. Adriel, at least, can easily find a tunnel that does not, the one tunnel that does not have any voices or skittering coming from it. And you guys can try and wait. How long do you want to wait here for? I guess is the next immediate question.
I mean, we had discussed getting word out to the army outside. Not sure
Well-
if that's still relevant in the face of this new information.
We can do that with Animal Messenger, right? We could go back up during the nighttime to poke around while all the giants are presumably asleep.
Of course, they're probably going to notice the giants that we kicked the shit out of. Just saying.
True.
Are there any like mole rats or like things that dig that might be around here?
I don't think there are any mole rats in the Underdark. You can look around.
Honestly, I can't see the Underdark not having giant naked mole rats somewhere.
Bedroom moles.
I mean, if the Underdark doesn't have giant naked mole rats, then things just don't make sense.
I mean, the Underdark has many things.
Many, many horrible things, right?
So many. You have no idea.
And now just take a second and think about giant naked mole rats. Are those not horrible?
They are indeed horrible. Roll nature to see if you can find giant naked mole rats in the Underdark to be your animal messenger. You do not find a giant naked mole rat to be your animal messenger.
It was worth a shot.
What about giant clothed mole rats?
Those do not exist. Don't be ridiculous. Unless you want another couple of were-rats or something, but I don't think...
I'm pretty sure those are called deep gnomes.
Ooh, sick burn.
The deep gnomes were nice to you guys, though. They were like the only people who didn't try and kill you at one point.
What was Smiley?
Smiley was, oh god, what the fuck were the name of them? Darrow. He was at Darrow.
Okay, then I changed my thing to Darrow.
You want to find a Darrow and use him as your animal messenger?
No, I'm just saying that,
Terrible
that's what
idea.
we call giant clothed mole rats.
Alright.
I meant my sick burn.
Well, you can, you can look for Darrow. There are not any Darrow around here, though.
Actually, I can take that back, though. Shit. Jake's character was kind of murdery and tried to kill us, or at least a version.
Jake's character tried to kill many things.
Exactly.
Then Ave killed her.
It's okay, we killed Dave.
It's the circle of death.
You did kill Ave. You did.
Yeah, we might... I don't know. Should we try to, like... take a short rest down here and kind of keep an eye out, or something else?
I do like that. Think that idea has merit.
Start with that, go from there.
All right, you're taking a short rest down here. So, you guys can go ahead and do short resty things, whatever you want to do. I assume that people are going to keep a lookout.
Of course.
Okay. Is everybody keeping a lookout?
Probably, yeah.
Don't see why not.
That's fair. All right, roll your hit dice, and everybody roll me perception checks.
I think Soul's got it covered.
Yes, it looked like.
There are no things that are things that I do not see.
All right.
There's so much nature down here. It is creepy nature, but it's still nature.
Adriel, that is a performance check, not a perception one.
God damn it.
Does it really matter?
It's okay.
I mean,
It's okay. You're performing so
you
badly.
still-
None of us were keeping our eye on you instead of looking around like we're supposed to.
Yeah, I mean,
say
still,
she is performing a perception check, right?
Exactly.
I don't think that's how performance checks work.
Anyway, that makes it a 4, so I'm really focused on this endgame.
Yeah, it's super fucking important. All right. So your vigil down here has in fact paid off. You spot coming out of one of the other tunnels a band of drow. There are several drow in front who look like they're the warrior type of drow. And then behind them, there are a pair of drow that look, well, they're wearing robes and such.
How long does it take to cast locate objects?
Around, I believe.
Yeah, I'm going to absolutely silently start letting people know telepathically.
Should maybe try to locate the flask again?
Yeah, I'll take another shot at locating the flask.
All right. You, the flask appears to be in a area very close or directly in the same area occupied by one of the mages.
Awesome.
Ambush.
Yes.
There's
All right.
really very little about that plan that I don't like.
All right.
I love this one.
That they can see better than we do.
Can we do something about that?
I'm sure one of you can light them all on fire, and then we can see them. What have we said about fireballs and solutions and sizes?
As the size of the fireball increases, the number of problems it can solve increase exponentially.
Decreases it. The number of problems it can't solve decreases to 0.
Oh, here's a question. Go whisper to people, why don't we do what we just did with the goblin? He can be their...
They probably know who they're meeting and expect payment.
That's fair.
Plus, you know, they're drow.
Yeah.
They are. They are, in fact, drow. All right. If y'all want to do this ambush thing, I'm going to need everybody to roll me some sweet stealth checks.
Sweet enough for you?
That's pretty sweet.
I'm just gonna go ahead and do this in advance.
Me too.
All right.
Like,
So
can I major image over everyone else's stealth?
Check. I think we should be okay. Depends on Inx's roll.
I mean, I'm just gonna drop you guys onto the map with the drow real quick.
I'm guessing like I move the slightest bit in my position and my ankle just pops like a dry stick.
To be fair, creepy sounds like that are pretty normal in the Underdark, I would think.
Holy shit.
All right.
Yeah, we're fucked.
So I'm gonna go ahead and say that their group check beats you guys' group check.
Yeah,
I didn't
I
even
can see how
try.
that might be true.
Oh, wait, did mine?
I think they're goblins and they cheated.
Yeah, no.
Yes, clearly they are cheating by being drow.
Fucking drow.
Same difference.
Let me just get all the right character sheets for this fight, and then, because I have a funny feeling that you guys are gonna try and kill them.
No!
Would we do that?
I mean, I was gonna try to
Is that an option?
deceive them,
Is that
but...
something we can do in this game?
Yeah, I could try to seduce them, but...
Alright, so, the drow coming down the tunnel, they spot you guys. Hello there! Little ones? What are you trying to hide for?
You never know what shady characters you'll find in the Underdark.
Too true, too true.
We're just simply worried, darlings.
Well, as much as we'd love to stay and chat with you all, we have business to take care of, unfortunately. So, if you don't mind, we'll just be passing right on through. They begin to move towards the tunnel to the elevator.
If anyone's gotta blow them up, now's the time.
Yeah, I'm thinking it's time for a subtle ice storm.
Alright.
Ideally before they walk into our group and amongst us.
The tunnel to the elevator is 150 feet off of this side of the map. The side that I'm pinging.
So yeah, like, they're all together.
I see that configuration and it makes me make a happy face.
Never have we had a more appropriate time yet to play Attack of the Mole Men. Actual name. Alright.
Like, while they were moving like they were trying to head off away from us, could I have subtly cast Ice Storm first? Because they wouldn't have seen it coming.
Yeah, go ahead. All right. God, so many deck saves to make, so little time. All right, four of them pass. 3 of them do not.
So half of
So that's
33 for the others, and
Is there any chance I could get off a spell similarly?
I'm gonna go with no.
That's fair.
Y'all got off one opening spell. Then we're going into initiative order.
and also that entire area is rough terrain now.
Right, for 1 round, I believe.
Yep.
All right. So the Drow mages are actually up first. They're both going to try and summon a demon. Above a 10 means they succeed. Hey, they both fail. Congrats. Can't even roll above a 10. What scrubs? All right. They are going to, in addition to attempting to summon a demon and failing, they're going to back off away from you all. Rich, what's up?
Right on the middle one.
You what, sorry?
Fireball
right.
right on the middle one.
All right. How many does that hit?
Should get them all.
Yeah, that's fair. It gets them all. All right. I was just about to start numbering them all, too.
Well, hopefully you won't have to number any now.
Ah!
I know that's a long shot, but a boy can dream.
You certainly can. One of them passes. They are all still up, though. Many of them look very bad, but they are all still up.
All right, who wants inspiration?
I'm about to go charging into him. But I think it's so is Ox.
Yeah.
Well, I can get one of you this time and one maybe next time.
Just pick.
All right. Since
I-
Ox likes going down, I'll let him have it.
I mean, I don't like it. It just keeps happening.
Uh-huh.
It's a
How much is
D8,
your
by the way.
inspiration? D8?
Yeah.
Or D10?
Should be D8.
All right. Ooh, I need to roll for harsh now. I'll do that in a sec.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Thanks. What up?
Well then, let's twin spell haste on Harshnag and Ox.
All right, Harshnag was dipsy doodling a bit and not paying attention. He missed his first round. But Ox, you are hasted.
Nice. Which means I can reach them without having to dash. So we will run up here and hit this guy.
All right, he dead. After the first one.
Okay. Then I will move up here and throw the second one at this guy.
He's also dead.
All right.
Just put your focus on keeping those mages from running away. Because they're the ones that have the primordial.
All right. Well, we will move up here and hit this guy.
You do hit him, but he is still alive.
All right. Bonus action to hit him one more time.
All right, go for it. You hit him again. He is still standing.
Okay.
You fucking Tasmanian devil your way through these guys. Dash right over, drop two of them, and punch a third twice. That's pretty fucking sweet.
Yeah. I'm going to take one more step to the side to get a little bit closer to the mages, and then that's it.
All right. Hey, Sil. What's up?
If you can grasp those mages, that would be great, but...
All right, where are we dropping Silt Storm?
Actually, I think grasp might be better. You make a compelling point. But it will at least keep them from concentrating on anything and from moving very fast.
That's fair.
Yeah, sorry, Ox.
What are you apologizing for?
You're in that inside of that too.
Oh, the sleet storm?
Uh-huh.
I'm not worried.
He's hasted.
I'm hasted and I have a +8 to dex saves anyway.
All right,
So you're just gonna tap dance through that, Jack. Great. Good to know.
So that's the mages and how many of the drow, sorry? How many of the warriors?
Literally all of them.
Literally all of them. All right. Five. Three of them pass. And how do our mages do? Whoa, they both fail.
Like, all someone needs to do is take that flask off of them, get it out of the way, and then we can just go to town.
All right, so basically all of them are prone. So that's cool. Ox, you already went. So it is now the Drow's turn. They're actually going to get a round of attacks off. I wasn't sure if they were going to manage. So, Ox.
Yep.
How do you feel about crossbows?
I'm feeling pretty good right now, actually.
All right. Let's. So some of the drow are going to pull out these lovely hand crossbows that they have and shoot you with them. And so that one's going to hit.
All right, 1 second.
Yeah. Give me that sweet, sweet con save.
Does 11 damage.
I'm still super curious how Warforged get poisoned.
The same way they get burnt.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna catch that and throw it back at him.
Yeah, you can do that. Yeah, that'll hit him. Which one would it have been? Yeah, it probably would have been the one not right next to you who has... Yeah, you just killed a guy by throwing his own bolt back at him.
Yay!
It's okay, there are 4 more of them.
To be fair, the one right next to him would have disadvantage.
Yeah, no, he's not going to shoot a crossbow bolt at you. But that one's going to die. Another one's going to shoot at you. I assume a 25 still hits you, even with haste.
Unfortunately.
All right. So give me that con save this time. Ooh, you passed this
Nice.
one. Give me another one.
Jesus Christ. Why are they hitting so well?
I don't know. I'm not complaining though. Yeah, we got one more. All right. One last con save.
God damn it.
All right. You are
Again,
poisoned, but you are not immediately put asleep.
I'm gonna... Inspiration dice can be used on the saves, right? The Bardic Inspiration. Rich?
I believe so. Rich, confirm or deny?
Save, yes.
Yep.
All right.
Yay!
All right.
Yay!
The last one like actually did damage though.
Yeah.
It's rude.
How rude of them, right? All right. The one right next to you is... Actually, is this a bonus action? Ah, shit, it's a full action. Never mind.
Also,
The one-
seriously, how was their lowest roll an 18?
Oh.
God damn.
The one next to you is going to make a pair of short sword attacks at you. And he's going to miss horribly.
Yeah.
Nice work, Driz.
He's not wielding 2 short swords.
I
But
wish
you
Driz
said
was
two
around. He'd be on
short
our
sword
side.
attacks, and I just sort of assumed.
They're gonna move around to back towards this. And
They only get like a quarter of their normal movement at this point because they are all prone, and that's half their movement, and then it's all difficult terrain.
were they all prone?
I think
Did they all fail?
So,
3 of the drow saved.
And none of the mages did.
Yeah, neither of the mages did, but I think 3 of them.
Oh yeah,
warriors
both the mages are non-prone or are prone. But yeah, those dudes are going to get up and then move over there. A grand total of like 2 squares. But yeah, that's their turn. Adriel, what are you doing?
first I'm going to run out.
Oh wait, this one's supposed to be dead. I already dropped that one. Never mind.
Then, as a Yeah, as a bonus action, I'm gonna Misty Step.
You could just dash because you have haste.
I don't have
Don't you?
Harshnag has the other haste.
Oh, never mind.
Yeah, I was expecting him to have a turn the first turn around.
Yep, my bad.
I'm there.
All right.
Out of action. But hi.
All right.
Before he rushes in, I would ask him to like hold his, basically Harshnag to hold his action before he runs into the sleet and ice, since it's going away after mine.
Well,
Harshnag's just gonna kind of run forward for now.
I mean, he's a frost giant. Isn't he, like, used to sleet and ice?
Yeah.
He does not have anything about
Dexterity.
no. Harshnag does not have dex. He has many, many good qualities. Dexterity is not one of them.
I hear he's got a pretty great beard, though.
Hence saying, oh, yeah, hold on, this will go away, and you can just go for it.
All right, yeah.
Or can he throw a rock? Though actually he doesn't want to do that at the mages.
it's iron. I'm sure it'll be fine.
Oh, if he can throw a rock at the entrance they're going for and block their path, that would be great.
That would require a rock bigger than he is.
What about a rock bigger than the drow are? They'd have to climb it.
So the entrance is about 20 feet across.
Damn. Oh, it was worth a shot.
So what do they do?
No. Oh yeah, Harshnag. Oh right, it's not Harshnag's turn yet. The drow. Yeah, the drow are both going to Misty Step. They're gonna steal your move, Adriel.
Wait, didn't the drow just go?
The
drow
drow
warriors.
warriors went.
Oh, okay.
Drow mages have yet to go.
Can't.
No,
Oh,
he said
they're
they
Misty
move like
They're Misty Stepping. They're still prone. Or they can stand up and then Misty Step. But then you have.
Doesn't the sleet storm require a concentration check or something like that?
yes, it's storm
They
is
don't
concentration.
have concentration checks in this edition, I don't think.
Well, that's
Not
why they
for-
normally say that for purposes of... Well, I mean, they say
They're not
that...
concentrating on it. They're
There are
not-
definitely
Yeah, it's
concentration
Misty
checks.
Step.
I
It's
think
an immediate spell. Alright, he's going to.
I'm just
run
curious
from
why,
there.
like, spell... They give you particular spell thing for spells that don't require an attack or anything like that. So I thought that was because of that.
Oh, and entering the area, they get to make new deck saves.
Oh, yes, of course they do. Alright. Magey Mage, don't fail me now. Alright, that's the second one. That's the first one. They both fall prone. As the one is falling prone, he shouts out at you. Leave us alone, or I will open the flask here and now. And your world can burn for all I care.
Which one said that?
The
The lower one?
lower one. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, catch that fucker and take the flask from him. I bet you have better strength than he does. Or athletics
I'm
acrobatics.
just gonna kill him.
Alright. Harshnag is gonna step up. He's just gonna throw a rock at the closest drow. I'll hit him. Kill him. The last red 6, we hardly knew ye. That'll be his turn. Hey, Rich, what's up?
If that's what I think it is, it'd be amazing. Like, Rich had Tasha, right?
Okay.
Rich, you still there?
Also, if you're entering the blue circle,
Yeah. If you're trying to say things, we can't hear you.
How about now?
Yep.
There we go.
Yeah, there we
Much
go.
better.
Yeah, every once in a while, Discord's just like, yeah, I don't want to talk to your mic anymore, so piss off.
Oh, that's fun.
I was saying I was just going to dash to there, but I heard blue circle is bad, so I should step back a square.
Yes. If you go in the blue circle, you have to make a deck save or fall prone.
Yeah.
Also, it's difficult terrain, which
Yeah.
is going to make my turn annoying.
All right, well, I'll just move there then.
If you would particularly like me to drop it, you can say so. I mean, as far as I know, I can let go of it at any time.
You can.
I'm not in any hurry to get over there. I just am trying to get in range of some things, so I have options for next round, so it's not a big deal.
Yeah, I mean, I can see it being useful in terms of
Well,
it's
the
more in
actual
your way
targets
than
are
in their
almost
way
on
at
the
this point.
edge, so I think it's outlived its usefulness. But that appears to be Rich's turn.
I believe that should be Rich's turn, yes. Inks, what's up?
Okay, so what's my distance here? I'm good by Harshnog. And then So what are the mage's stances right now?
They are both currently prone. One of them is threatening to release the primordial and fuck you all if you don't let them go.
Which one?
The lower one.
Lower.
Okay. Well, at the moment, going to hold my action for...
I have a plan for dealing with it if he does decide to pull the flask.
Okay.
Just go ahead and fuck that guy in particular.
He won't get to open the flask. I can guarantee that.
I'm just holding off until they stand up, because if they're prone, that gives me disadvantage.
Reasonable.
So I'm going to hold my action until that one
Ready
stands
action
up.
until the-
All right.
But then the ice storm at least goes down, so.
Yep. All right. Syl, what are you doing?
I'm advancing to at least there. Ha! I don't have to expend any more magic to pull this off. And as I advance, I am ceasing concentration on my sleep storm. So that
Alright.
can go ahead and go ahead. And I am going to hold my action. I am going to cast my spell if I see them pull out the a flask.
All right. What spell? I should probably ask both of you this before you ready your actions. What spell are you two casting? If they
Heat
get
metal.
up. Okay.
And mine is chromatic orb.
Okay. Are you within range for heat metal?
60 feet, isn't it?
Okay. Cuckoo.
Yep.
All right. Cool. Ox. What's up?
I will risk the opportunity attack and run over here.
All right. You're probably going to pick up 2 opportunity attacks from that.
I can run around red 4.
That's fair. He's going to miss you anyways.
Yep. And these are all going to have advantage because he's prone.
Yep.
But I'm going to go ahead and make 5 attacks against him. And let's throw some stunning strikes on there as well.
All right. Let me see if that kills him. 17. Nope, he's still alive. But let's make some Constitution saves, I guess. Nope, he's stunned.
All right.
Somebody take that flask, like, now.
Well, that's it for me. I'll do one last move to step in between the 2 mages.
All right.
Harshnag, grab that flask.
All right. So, Red 2 is going to make a crossbow attack at Adriel. Please, would you kindly give me a Constitution save? Stuttered like 4 times in one sentence. I didn't know that was possible.
What did Harshnag do?
Harshnag threw a rock and crushed Red 6.
Right.
It's a sleep effect, right? I'm immune to sleep.
I mean, it's also a poison.
It's not a sleep effect, it's a poison.
Okay.
You're just knocked unconscious. Alright.
Whatever.
Red 4 can take the damage. He's gonna pull back out of the range. He'll take the opportunity attack. If you care to give one.
Smite, 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 smite.
23 will hit.
Also does the booming blade.
Okay.
So he takes an additional 8 thunder, and if he chooses to keep moving, he takes 14 on top of that.
He does choose to keep moving.
Okay, and what do I throw at this point? I actually don't think I would smite these guys. I'm going to save it for somebody else. Because I'm running low. So that's a
Great.
total of 16 to 14 is 30.
Yep. So he's still up, barely. He is going to make another hand crossbow attack at you. I believe a 14 misses you, though.
That's
Damn. The last one, I guess, is going to make a pair of... Damn, these guys are supposed to have parry, and I've been completely missing that. The last guy's going to make a pair of short sword attacks at you. Does an 18 hit you?
Nope.
Damn.
But not notably, an attack with a pair of short swords.
Adriel, it is now your turn.
Excellent. Speaking of opportunity attack. 6, I'm going to run over there.
Take that flask and get the hell out of there.
And I see the flash, but he gets an opportunity attack as I run away.
Does. Oh, that'll actually hit. Rich, why are you rolling an attack?
Whatever. Can I see a flash?
You don't at first glance. You can try and, like, frisk him real quick and see if you find it.
I mean,
What, him?
would shanking him actually be a bad thing?
I mean,
He is pretty close to dead. I would just finish him off at this point.
I was gonna say, I know he's on the ground and stunned and beat the hell up, but I don't actually see a flask yet, so I'm gonna stab him.
all right, stab away.
You'll have advantage to hit on those.
You have advantage. He's prone.
And stunned.
So the first one's a 20 to hit for 11 piercing.
Yep, that'll kill him.
All right.
Go to the other one.
Second attack, but I can't get over to the other guy yet.
Yeah, I mean, when you threaten thermonuclear terrorism, you can only expect one
But
response.
as a bonus action, I can give myself.
You could have moved right next to me, and then you'd be able to hit both of them.
Isn't your thing a whip? Doesn't it have reach?
It does.
In fact, it does.
And this guy's also prone, right?
Yes.
He is. That a 10 will not hit him. They have shit AC, but not that shit.
But he's prone. Or is that the 10 with advantage?
That's a 10 with advantage.
Yeah.
It's a shit roll.
Womp womp.
Yeah. Well, that is my turn.
Alright. Let's see what Mr. Drow, what the remaining mage can do.
Hopefully jack shit.
I mean, he's not stunned. Thank God. Alright, he's gonna use his remaining Misty Step to step here. Actually, step here, because he can't step around that corner. He can't see there. Then as his action, he's going to reach a hand into his buddy's robes and pull out a lovely, lovely flask.
Hey, doesn't him getting up and showing that trigger my held action?
You held action on the lower one, I believe.
Ah, damn it.
He's also not up yet. He's just Misty stepped over. Pulling out a flask will trigger Sills, I believe?
Yes.
Yeah.
So, what save is it for heat metal? Con?
I believe that's
I
con.
think it's a con save not to just drop the thing and you just take the damage.
Hit me with the spell text again, just to remind me. All right. Ooh,
Yes!
he fails his con save, bobbles the flask, and drops it. Oof. Oof, that is unfortunate. Oh, why the fuck didn't I have them do that? Okay. He bobbles that. Yeah. Yeah, he'll take the heat metal damage. He's kind of just going to scramble at the flask for the rest of his turn because he can't cast another spell. Because
Somebody grab that thing after she turns it off. Go!
Because you can only cast one spell per turn.
Yeah, I'm not letting go of that till there aren't any drow next to it.
Yeah, Ox, kill it.
Alright, he's dead. Harshnag's going to throw another rock.
Didn't he throw 2 rocks?
He can only throw 1 rock.
Harshnag can just
He's
go up to
hasted.
him now. He's hasted.
This is true. He's going to smack him with his greatsword. Greatswords are much more fun. I wonder if this applies to drow. We're going to say it does, because that sounds fun. So he gives red 3. Chunks of drow are everywhere. And why not? He's going to give red 2 as well.
Yeah, he is. God damn.
So yeah, that'll be a thing. That's his turn, though. Rich, what do you want to do? Alright. Oh wow, he actually saves. Gotta up your insult game, dude.
Yeah.
Pinks, what do?
Okay, so go up. Did that drow stand up?
No, he's kind of on the floor, still scrambling at the flask.
Okay. So then... Actually, I'm gonna use my thing to dash. And while I'm doing so, call over to, Syl to drop the thing as soon as I reach for it.
It's on that square where she can grab it.
I think I can go to the other one, but, like, I can go over here.
Yeah, make a real quick dex check for me. Thanks. Make a real quick dex check for me.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. You grab the flask.
And then I'm using my bonus action to Misty Step the hell back.
Alright.
So And that would be my turn.
Alright. Sil, what do?
I am going to
Go to
advance.
town.
Basically. I mean, I don't think I need to burn any more spells at this point.
Unless you can do more damage to a mage with one of them.
Alright.
That's a bonus action, so you still got your action.
Well, then, I can use it to get the rest of the way up.
It's some.
I'm gonna wallop the crap out of that guy next turn. Assuming he lives.
It's a bold assumption at this point. Hey, Ox. Let's see if that assumption proves correct.
He's still prone, right?
Yep.
He never actually got up. Sweet.
Correct. Does that kill him? Oh yeah, that killed him.
Now everyone gets to focus on the last one.
I can't actually do anything to this last one other than glare menacingly at him.
I guess it depends on whether that last one of the previous strikes killed him or whether the last one did.
The last one. He had 31 health. You did 39.
Nice.
Yep.
Aight. So last Drow warrior. He can't reach either of the mages. He can't reach Sil. He doesn't have any fun, ridiculous tricks that he can use at this point. So he's going to... He's just going to disengage and run. Run back the way he came. Adriel.
All right. Hi.
Hi.
That was a dash action, so I can't really follow up with much, but
Ah, damn.
Now you don't have a Misty Step left.
I actually do. Wait a minute.
Well,
So it's more like high scab.
or high whip.
Pretty much.
That would be more accurate.
Whip it. Oh wow, those will both miss him.
They will.
He lives for now. Let's see if he lives when Harshnag is done with him, though.
A hasted Harshnag, go!
Alright, Harshnag is gonna mosey over.
And also miss.
Yeah, let's see if he misses on his haste attack. No, he does not.
Yeah!
Alright, Harshnag gives one last drow. He had 9 health left.
Now he's just a smear.
Alright. So, all of the drow are dead.
Inks is very carefully holding that flask. And looking at its prettiness, maybe. Who knows? Is it ornate?
No. It's literally just a flask made of iron with a chain on
That's fair. Who cares? There's something powerful in it.
it. There is. There is indeed something very powerful in it.
So he's just
All right,
holding this thing
so-
on for dear life and letting down the haste for as soon as the coast seems clear.
Yeah, I think that we should loot our new acquaintances and then get out of here as quickly as possible.
The hell out!
Yeah, quick ripple through any of the drow for anything interesting.
Alright,
Also, I think that I might be the person best suited to get the flask out of here.
I would also like to, like for us to send a message with a sending stone to the thing, so maybe he can,
Yeah, I'll do that while you guys loot the bodies.
yeah, give us an exit strategy from the outside.
alright. So, rifling through them, I mean, you have the iron flask already, which is the biggest bit of treasure. But you also find a non-magical staff with lovely web patterns on the end, and a sculpted spider with tiny little diamonds for eyes. That's worth 1,500 gold. You find one of the mages is carrying a pouch with 4 100 GP gems, and he's wearing a cloak with platinum threaded webs in it. That's worth 750 gold. You also find what looks like a button on the bottom drow mage, the one that was carrying the flask, that is slowly blinking.
I'm sorry, what that is slowly blinking?
A button, like a button on the front of his robe.
Was it doing that when he was talking to us?
I don't think anybody really. I think you guys were a bit too far away to notice his little button.
I think we should break it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No
It-
argument.
Okay. It crumples pretty easily, stops blinking.
So yeah, while people are looting, I'll send a message with the sending stone to our good lord, letting him know what happened. And that we're trying to get out now, so any word gotten to the people on the outside would be good.
Oh, you haven't? Oh, this is excellent. This is great. I'll get word to everyone I can, but there's not much I can do from here. The nearest adventurers are still about a day away. And you might not have that much time. Where are you planning to go from here?
Well, our options are either try to sneak through or sneak back through the fire giant lair, which could go disastrously wrong, or go further into the Underdark, which could also go disastrously wrong.
As options go, I vote Underdark.
Yeah, it might be the best one unless we.
Underdark isn't going to have people specifically looking for us in this flask.
I mean, some, but not as many.
At the very least, with less immediacy.
And with less giant weapons.
Yeah, we should hide the bodies as well as we can. We want them to have mysteriously disappeared.
Like, are there any kind of maps of tunnels with the Underdark in this area? Like, did the things have any maps? Since they were traveling between the Drow.
Currently, they do not.
So, do you know of any drafts down here that might be coming from wind from above?
That might actually be a thing that I can find out.
Okay.
That does not help with 4 directions.
Not super helpful, no.
Would it be a survival or nature check or something like that?
Yeah, either or. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Um. So the tunnel, um, the tunnel directly across from the entrance, looks as if, or the tunnel directly across from the way back to the fire giant camp has a very slight draft coming from it, though. You get the feeling it might be a bit of a trek through there, though.
But I'll tell you what's not down that way. A fortress full of pissed off fire giants.
Who are looking for the exact thing we'd be bringing through their lair.
Yep.
We do want to get this as far away from them as possible. One of these times we need a earth spell to dig a tunnel upward, like up towards the surface. That isn't the fortress.
Okay.
Because we at least know the layout from above.
Okay, if you guys want to go through the Underdark, give me a second. I need to go grab Out of the Abyss for my Underdark map.
He was expecting us to take the flask back up through the fortress. Though I guess if anything...
That's why you don't expect things when you're a DM.
Though to be fair, I guess if we put it in a bag of holding, they would never know that it was with us.
Well, like I said, either can end in disaster. It's just with the Underdark, I think we'll have more chances to avoid.
Yeah.
But we'll have to pull off more evasions too, because we have to figure out and find another way back up.
Yeah, the only other way would be Major Image again with a Harsh Nog.
I had hoped that you guys wouldn't go through the Underdark, but I do have something for it. I just have to find the map so I can remember exactly where you guys are.
So, I mean, using the Major Image wasn't, or at least it seemed to work, and we didn't have to,
Well, as long as we don't talk to any fire giants.
yeah. Well, I mean, Harshnag still speaks giant.
Even that, like, it might work. It's not a bad plan. It's just
Depending on how far up we could go with that elevator. Fair asks for like they haven't arrived yet.
Oh, you guys can go wherever you want. Don't worry. I've got something for this. Just
He's got shit for us either way.
oh yeah, always. There's always some new and horrible thing I can put you guys through.
Now, if anything, we may want a long rest here ahead of that, because a lot of us used a lot of spells in the last 2 fights.
You guys want a long rest now?
not like right here, but we want to find a place to do that.
It's like, I don't know about you guys, but I used a lot of spells today, and have not had a long rest to get any back.
I'm almost out, like completely. I have 2 firsts, and that's it.
All right. Well, it's up to you guys where you want a long rest. Do you want to get on the path and go for a while? You've still probably got a few hours. Or do you want a long rest here, or...
Being further away is probably not a bad idea.
Yes.
And somewhere we can set up like a Leo and be at least protected within the space until we have more spells again. And it might be able to like hide us a bit because opaque. Or just like making it look like the walls again.
All right. Go ahead and head off for a couple of hours then. So, a couple of hours later, you guys would probably... Oh, actually... Yeah, you guys drop into the Underdark somewhere actually east of Menzo. Of Menzo Baranzan. So you're off the east edge of the map that I have. That's cool. No worries.
That's the Drow City, isn't it?
Yeah, that is the Drow
Yeah.
City. But so you can head through the Underdark for a couple of hours. Syl seems to have sort of an idea-ish of where she's going. And eventually, you can find a lovely place to rest and recover. And I'm just going to drop you guys back on the overworld map because you are out of Iron Slag for now. And I'm going to, as soon as I can get this frickin' pink X off of Iron Slag, I will drop you in the closest approximation I have to where you actually are. So you are south of Iron Slag a ways. You're a decent way underground, but you are out from under Iron Slag. Your major imaging to cover your campsite, I believe you said? Or something of the like?
Can't we change the appearance of the outside of the Leo's hut,
You
right?
can.
Yeah.
So you have a couple hours. All right. So how long are you going for?
Yeah, probably until Syl thinks that we're at a safe place to camp.
All right. So a couple hours after you guys stop and make camp, a very agitated-looking fire giant runs through. Unfortunately, he fails to notice your tiny hut, as it is camouflaged into the walls, and he continues running right through. Other than that, you pass through mostly without incident, or you pass the night without further incident.
Yay.
But now we need to either get back to the surface and give it to someone who can get it back to Gontogrim, or go to Gontogrim.
Yes.
We need to find a way back up.
Yeah, so you're currently a little bit south of Iron Slag, right where the pink X is. You have a couple of different directions you can try and navigate in. So, I mean, general safe thing to assume, in the mountains, there are passages to and from the Underdark. So there are a couple of patches of mountain near you. There's the ones that are back the way you came, near Iron Slag. So you can pop out there. That's probably your shortest trip. But, fire giants. There's the Robin Mountains near Felbar, which are closer, but at this point infested with orcs. And there's the mountains just past Dead Snows. This assumes that you want to get out of the Underdark as soon as you can. There is the Underdark, obviously, extends for a long way. There are other places you can go in it if you so desire.
How close would the ones to Iron Slag, like how close to Iron Slag would it be?
Sorry?
How close to Iron Slag is the one that...
Unclear at this time.
Yeah.
I'm giving you general rule of thumb direction at this point. But it's unclear where in the mountains you'd pop up.
Okay.
You can try other places as well. There's just no guarantee that there will be an exit.
But we know there's an entrance, not in Iron Slag, but past Iron Slag that we can get to.
Yeah, there's probably one in the Ice Spires.
Right, but if we're in Iron Slag Mountains, I mean, especially if it's south of, we can find something in that general direction that's between the fire giants and the dwarves, which kind of splits the difference. So there's actually a decent chance of running into friendly faces, and then if not that, orcs, but orcs are just a general nuisance. They're not specifically out to get us.
And we can also at least We had communication between our patron and the king, right?
Yes.
Somewhat indirect, but you can let them know we're coming.
We'd be going to that particular place, and if they can give us some like cover and make sure, like, let us know if it's safe, basically, or if they can give us a clear path.
You don't necessarily have a particular place that you know you're coming up at, though.
Do they know of the location near the? Would they not know, like, not know the entrance area?
Several hours
They can probably give you one, like the general location of one. Actually, hell, Adbar probably has an entrance somewhere deeper down in the mines. Would they? Yeah, they probably would. The problem is navigating you, several, almost 100 miles completely underground without knowing where you are.
Yeah.
Like, they can give you general directions. It'll take you some time to get that far through the mountains, though, or through the Underdark.
Gotcha. Well, if we're worried, like, the only thing I can offer is that if we're worried about being spotted the moment we get out, I might be able to major image just the normal, what the exit normally looks like, and just have it follow us with the scenery until we get away. That can give I can give at least half an hour of that.
Sorry, I'm confused. You want a major image yourself, cover yourself?
Like hiding ourselves in what the terrain looks like when there's nobody there, or just like what it looks like.
Oh, yeah.
And just have it follow us as we go.
Sure. Yeah, you can do that.
Because that includes like sight, sound, smells, all that stuff, just normal.
Yeah.
Invisibility hacks.
It is obviously of limited duration, but yeah, you can do that for like half an hour of the day or however long it lasts.
Yeah. 3 versions
If
would
you
work for
use
half an hour.
Isn't it permanent if you use a 6th level slot?
I don't have 6 level slots.
Yeah.
I also think it doesn't move around with that version.
Yeah, it can move.
It's the same, it just has permanent duration. Or
Oh, yeah.
it lasts until dispelled.
Yeah, I was carrying some as jewelry on my illusionist.
I remember this. Yeah. If we thought that like 30 minutes could be long enough to get us enough away where we could hide from there and go, that would be the way to go, but that's just an option I'm throwing out. And if we keep the flask in like a bag of holding or something like that, we can make sure nobody sees it outright or like knows that we have it.
Definitely support that idea. Also getting out of the direct line between where the flask was filled and where it was headed, because yeah, there might be other runners.
Yeah, it seems like the best bet. So definitely try and get word back to the ruler of Adbar that we're on our way.
Mm-hmm.
Coming up probably somewhere in between the Silver Marches and Dead snows.
All right. So yeah, you can relay that through Lord Naboon. Okay. So King Harnoth can tell you, the ruler of Adbar can tell you guys that there is an exit. I mean, there is an exit. He can confirm that there is an exit underneath Adbar. If you're willing to go all that way. He can also confirm for you that there is an exit in the in the ice spires to the east of Iron Slag, kind of up in here-ish.
Okay, I'm for that exit, and here's why. Does anyone remember what was discussed as being to our west? Nobody?
Dark elves?
A whole city full of dark elves?
That's true.
Good point.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we want to get to the surface, honestly, as fast as possible, because we're just not good underground people.
Yeah.
So I appreciate Adbar's having an entrance down there. If we were underground types, that's what I'd suggest. But
That's fair. So Naboon is going to try and direct the party of adventurers to try and meet up with you guys, either in the Underdark or either around the entrance in the mountains or in the Underdark near it.
Is there any reason, by the way, that anyone would... Or, no, it's in the bag of holding, isn't it? Never mind.
yeah, that's our main concealment right now. Do we have any leftover lead?
Probably not. Yeah, I'm gonna go with probably not. I think you used it all on the last Bone and Dodd piece you guys picked up.
Who's carrying the bag of holding right now?
I think
There's
Adriel,
more than
right?
one. I have one. I thought, am I the only one?
I think that's the only one.
Oh, okay.
Shit. We need to get you guys some more bags of holding. They're
Yeah,
fun.
seriously.
Need to get bags of holding just for the purposes of throwing in other bags of holding.
No.
It would have been a perfectly good
I don't
solution to
think
the
anything
forge earlier.
happens.
That's not how that works. It just destroys them both.
I don't think it actually does. It's if you
I
throw
think
a bag
bags of holding
in,
are fine.
Sucks in anything that's not currently being worn or carried around them for like 10 feet or something as well. I think I looked this up last week because somebody mentioned it.
Yeah, it like spills them or something, but that's about it.
Yeah, it destroys anything that's inside them. It sucks in anything that's not being carried.
Now that's only if you do bag of holding in a portable hole or vice versa. Bag of holding and bag of holding is not specified.
It's not specified in 5th, but in previous editions it did the same thing as a bag of holding inside of a hole.
Yeah, it's the idea.
Anyway, we only have one, so we're not doing it today. So
Yes.
east. We'll head east.
Well, my point being that if anyone's going to carry it, I probably should, because I can go into animal form and it would meld into my form, so I could haul ass with it.
It still says placing a bag of holding into a space created of similar item, which is a bag of holding a similar item to itself.
That's very fractal.
And that's the one that destroys both items and opens a gate to the astral plane.
Yeah, so don't do that, guys.
Yeah, don't.
I'm just saying it would have been a great way to destroy the giant forge.
If you do,
I'm not saying we should do that now.
correction. If you want to go on an adventure in the astral plane, do that.
You heard the Githyanki are very nice.
Yeah, you just have to make sure to run into the Githzerai first. Or Githzerathai, however it's pronounced.
Githyanki and Githzerai.
Anyhow, so Adbar also mentions that there is an exit near Dead Snows if you were super inclined to go there. His warning comes. He'll warn you, however, that it leads up into the crypt.
That crypt, yeah, that's what I
near
thought.
Dead Snows.
Yeah, no.
It's the easiest one to navigate to, but it leads you into the creepy crypt. So, and yeah, there is one in the Orc Mountains, but I don't think that's really an option you guys are looking to take right now.
Yeah, I'll pass on those too.
All right. I figured, but, the option's there. So, closest one?
Yep.
All right. It's now a red square on the world map. Is where that is. Okay. Alrighty. So, you guys are going to want to head off there as soon as possible, I assume.
Yeah.
Yep.
Uh-huh. Alrighty. So, first things first, is anybody proficient in Navigator's tools? Or does anybody have any means of magically determining direction? Like compass direction?
I'm checking.
I do not. Yeah, prestidigitation would be great.
I don't know. I thought Druidcraft had that, but
Yeah, I did too, right up until I tried to use it that way.
It might just be survival check or like nature.
Yeah, no.
Maybe the cleric one.
Oh, guidance?
Thaumaturgy? Maybe, but does anybody have that?
I doubt it.
I don't think that's what
Tiefling?
thaumaturgy does anyway.
Yeah, thaumaturgy makes your voice bigger. It does other stuff, but that's the one I remember.
You can slam the oven door.
Yes, thaumaturgy slams doors and opens things. Slams doors, opens things, whatnot.
Harmless tremors in the ground.
Mm-hmm. They do make your eyes very nice.
All right, I do have one weird one. We can use locate object to know the direction to Iron Flag, and then goes the other way.
Okay. That'll maybe not necessarily the other way, but yeah, that'll
I mean, it's something, not for nothing, it gives us a dead reckoning. Not a dead reckoning. It gives us
it gives you a
fixed point that we're navigating from.
Yeah. No, I get it. That is smart. I like that.
Yeah, that was I have a solution, but it's maybe not so great.
Okay. Hit us with it.
Well, when I leveled, I didn't take the points. I left it open because I was considering taking a feat, and Keen Mind is one of the feats that I was considering. And if you have Keen Mind, you always know which direction is north. Because isn't locate object going to cut out on us from Ironside before very long?
Yes, it's whatever the limit on the adamantine thing is.
10,000 feet.
No, that's for the regular. We can go to the Volnites at whatever that range is.
The Von and Dodd one is 10,000 feet. I think.
So yeah, 10
10 miles, but whatever. Even that's not very far in the mountains.
I mean, that's not far for a couple of hours walk.
I mean, it's enough to make sure we're definitely heading in the right direction when we head out.
Yeah.
Oh, 10 miles, yeah, you're right.
But yeah, I'm not sure how cool you are with me reactionarily taking feats.
Well, so spoiler alert, you're about to level up at the end of this session anyways.
Woo!
On the other hand, I'm not really super cool with that.
I can just go on making survival check.
Yeah, I mean, you've got enough survival to probably figure it out.
I was going to say inspired survival, because it's not like he's using inspiration for anything else.
It's true.
Bardic inspiration, I mean.
Oh yeah, there we go. Vertical inspiration.
Yeah, no, I'm basically just giving you, basically just, if you can beat a 10 with your survival check, you can figure out which way is north. And navigate based on that. So say one survival check every 2 hours to reorient yourself and make sure you're on track. So just give me 4 for the day. Okay. Yeah, so you managed to keep you guys on track for the day. You hit a couple of like weird dead ends and stuff along your way. So you're not really making great time. You're only traveling maybe about 10 miles. I'll call it 15 miles. But you are moving in the right direction. Of that, you are quite certain. Let's see. All right, around 6 hours into the day, you do hear the sounds of fire giant feet pounding through the tunnels towards you.
I think this is about the time where we go up against the wall and major image into
Yeah, I was
hiding.
gonna say, hide.
Yep.
That's fair. You again manage to. Yeah, he won't be looking for your illusion, so you again manage to dodge the fire giant. He looks almost afraid as he's running by you. And he's breathing pretty hard, but he keeps sprinting through those tunnels.
Yeah, we can guess what he's looking for. And is worried about not having.
Alright, so he has been passing roughly once per day.
So I say we keep going, staying closer to the wall, and I'm keeping up the illusion moving with us as long as I can, so for 10 minutes at least.
Yeah, I just want to wait till he's been gone long enough that he's well beyond the radius of locate object and check on the flask. I have kind of a bad feeling.
The flask is still there.
It still looks as it did before, no change?
Yeah.
Okay.
Inks is just assuming that he's looking for, or like we'll whisper message over that she thinks he was the one that they were supposed to meet up with, and he's worried that he can't find them.
Yeah, so go ahead and return it to the bag of holding.
All right.
Keep going.
All right. You guys can keep going. So after you see the fire giant, you keep traveling on for a couple of miles, or for a couple of hours. The Underdark kind of continues to look about the same. It's still stone. There's still occasional patches of fungus, occasional strange noises coming from side tunnels. But you make your way along, and eventually you find your way to a non-awful campsite.
I gotta love that non-awful.
It's not actually a smoking hole in the ground covered with poisonous mold.
No,
That's how I do love my campsites.
it is. It is not, in fact, that.
Well, then I'm not going to veto it.
You guys have such high standards.
I'm a woman of wealth and taste, darling.
We already did that joke once.
No, I didn't.
All right. Who's on watch during the night?
I assume we're all going around as usual at this point, given, or not so much as usual, considering we're in the Underdark.
Yeah, I was going to say the 2 non-sleepers will split and the 4 sleepers will split. Because Harshnag's still with us, that makes 4.
Yes, Harshnag is still with you. He's not very happy with the Underdark. He has to stoop through a lot of the tunnels here.
Yeah, Angs will be apologizing for that profusely.
But
complimenting on how well he's doing, and he did so well against those drow. And look, he saved everyone from the fire giants.
so everybody who's on watch, roll me a perception check, please.
Anybody who's on any watch, or anyone who's currently on watch?
Anybody who's on any watch. All right. All right. So, Harshnag doesn't spot anything. Inks, neither do you. Sil, nor do you. Ox. At
Yep.
one point during the night, you spot something that's got a squid head wandering outside your camp. It kind of walks a little bit towards you guys. Almost looks like it's peering at you. Like it leans in and it's like its eyes narrow a bit, and it looks like it's examining you all. It nods to itself a couple of times.
It's examining us through the Leo?
Yes.
Damn.
Eventually, it gets a good look at you all. Eventually, turns around, walks back the way it came.
I will mention it to Adriel once she finishes her trancing. Though, I'm pretty sure it just didn't see anything that it cared to eat.
Was
That'd
it
be
what again?
freaking creepy if it sees through Leomans. Not even True Sight can do that as far as I know.
Some kind of undead?
Squid face thing. Mind flayer.
Oh. Sorry, I missed the word.
And this party is
Interesting.
not the most intelligently inclined.
I mean, not wrong.
Wow, that was yeah. No, never mind.
It would
It's such a
be
good thing I didn't get keen mind.
very unfulfilling for him.
Okay, we'll have to keep an eye out for that.
All right. I think we're gonna end here for tonight. If you guys don't mind.
Okay.
Alrighty. Want to hear something about leveling up?
Yes. So I believe you are all level 9 now.
Woohoo!
I'm not mistaken.
Yep.
Oh yeah, you managed. You managed to steal the iron flask, and so far you're getting away all right. That's level up worthy.
Debating if I want to take the ability score increase or a feat.
For level 9?
Multi-class, remember?
Oh, right. Right, you are that. Yes, this is exactly. Right. All right. It is a shame that you guys didn't even talk to the Duke. I had such lovely things for him.
Eh.
I even like pre-wrote dialogue and everything. It's okay. You'll meet him again someday, I'm sure. Somehow. Anyhow, feel like I'm missing a week in my nomination plan.
Yeah, it was me last week.
All right. Nomination stuff.
So I think I have to give it to Siliqui for a inspired use of heat metal. Because that basically did it for us.
It did. In fact, it did.
Yeah, that whole situation went very, very differently without it, didn't it?
That was
I
wonderful.
mean, there were several ways it could have gone.
One of them being we all died by primordial.
Yes, that being one of them.
Then maybe we would have rolled the combat-y party you wanted.
Oh, I'm fine with this. It's just, I don't know, it's occasionally frustrating when it's... You could have had such great talks with Zalto. He had so many things to say. But you
Well,
did
he's
the
not
smart...
dead, so we still might run into him.
Yeah, you did the smart thing, though, which I have to respect.
So, is there a whole bunch of storyline that we're missing out on now?
No,
I feel like we probably are.
I mean,
Like, he says a bunch of things that completely reshape how we think about this war and their attempt to recreate the Voinendod.
Or we've just skipped a big something that we need to know, or...
no, there's, I mean, there's a lot going on. I'm just gonna leave it at that. But how much of it you end up discovering is totally up to you guys. There is nothing that you will always have the bare minimum of knowledge to like do something productive, I guess, in the frame of the campaign. Like I'm not into, and I don't think you guys are either, just wandering around aimlessly and looking for the plot effectively at this point.
Looking for the plot is going to be the name of my future autobiography.
I will not guarantee that you know everything about a situation going into it, though.
Yeah, that's fair. Certainly we've had lots of interesting games, making decisions with only character-appropriate information available. I'm thinking of a certain peace delegation plan.
Oh no.
We tried to do a peace delegation. What?
Oh, that sounds like it could only go badly.
Wait, which one? Am I thinking of the right one?
Oh god, you had more than one?
Oh, that's the
This is the one we recorded.
the rogue trader?
Oh, yep.
Yes.
Okay, yeah. That was wonderful. Basically, Robin destroyed an entire peace delegation because she thought they were enemies. She bombarded them from orbit.
And we took video for propaganda.
We did! I love Rogue
I, for
Trader.
one, support this solution.
And she was playing the most good guy of evil guys ever.
It is entirely possible that you will end up as part of a peace delegation at some point in the future.
We finally have the charisma to do this right. Maybe be able to bombard them from orbit, depending on how powerful spells we have by then. There was a meteor spell!
We can always throw a fireball or two.
I mean, what spell level does it take to redirect an asteroid?
9. Meteor swarm.
I'm so close to getting another thing of meta magic.
I really wish I got bardic inspiration like Sorks get meta magic. I'd probably be throwing that crap at every roll though.
Wait, what? Oh, you mean like bardic inspiration, like point, like spell
Yes.
point, sorcerer points? Okay, that's different from meta magic.
Sorry, yeah, I meant the points, but yeah,
Yeah, that would be amazing.
probably a bit OP too.
Yeah, but amazing.
But oh, so much fun.
Ooh, I get 5th level spelled now.
Yep, that is.
I get third level slots, but not third level spells yet.
Right.
Is that a paladin thing?
No, it's because I'm multi-classed. The way it works out is I get actually have the same spell slots I would have as a paladin, but since I'm not a 9th level paladin, I can't cast third level spells yet.
Okay.
So you still get spell slots of your total level.
I can third level smite people.
I mean, that's a big draw of 9th level, anyways.
Pretty much. It's, there's one good spell at that level, I think, and probably a couple other decent ones I'm not aware of, but
There's Aura of Vitality.
that's the big one.
Yeah. There's Aura of Vitality, and if you're Vengeance, then you get Haste. And I think Ancient gets something good, doesn't it? Yeah. All right. I will see you guys all next week, I believe.
Yep.
Yep.
We will see what happens in your Underdark adventure.
Oh, I will say though, the week after that, I will probably have to miss because I will be on a plane getting back from my birthday trip to Vegas.
That's fair. I might be gone that week.
That's perfect then. I don't want to miss anything.
We'll see. All right. So I will see you guys all next week.
All right, have a good one.
Well, later.
Later.
Bye, guys.
So, yeah.